All right, anyway, without further ado, let's get into the episodes Kayla just watched. Season 4's Breaker of Chains, and Oathkeeper, episodes 3 and 4. We're doing a twofer this week. We're doing that for a little while. Kayla, immediately, let's just start at the top.
Okay.
We pick up right where the season episode 2 left off. Joffrey's dead, and Sansa is fleeing King's Landing with the help of Sir Dantas Hollard, her little helper dude. What does she find?
He whisks her away very quickly into a little rowboat and says that he's taking her somewhere that she can be safe. Takes her to a ship that's docked off land.
Sure, the coast.
And walks up on the boat to Littlefinger.
Littlefinger's there.
He has ordered this man to rescue her, to bring her to him, where he is going to take her to her aunt.
And he says he's going to give the guy gold, but then he shoots him in the face with a crossbow.
Yes, that was not cool. I was really sad about that.
That was not cool. Again, mother invocation. But then again, he gave an explanation. He said, we don't want this guy to talk.
He's a drunk. Can't trust a drunk.
Something along that. Is there any point to that, or is there any? Can you see his point at all, or is this kind of behavior just unacceptable flatly?
I think he always knew what the end was going to be for this guy.
He did not seem like this was a surprise.
Yeah.
Is Sansa better or worse off than she was? Because now she's out of King's Landing, away from Cersei, away from Joffrey, away from her kind of weird but okay marriage, with Littlefinger on a boat going to her crazy aunt.
I think she's safer right now because Cersei, I think, even said that she had the most motive in killing Joffrey because he ordered her father to be killed.
Which is sort of true.
Right.
I mean, you can see why they would suspect her.
If I were her, I would be happy that I'm going to a new place.
Why would Littlefinger do this? So he was obviously involved in the murder.
Yes.
Because he was
the
ready.
necklace
He was
had
ready
the
with
poison
everything.
in it? Is that what it was? Okay. And then the grandma, who I suspected, was involved as well. What was the question?
I guess the question is why did Littlefinger do this? What does he want?
What does he want? He's going to go marry the aunt.
Right.
And I guess having Sansa as leverage somehow?
Well, he said that he killed Joffrey to keep his enemies confused. And Sansa was a little you
because they said they wouldn't even suspect him. She goes, why?
Which they wouldn't, because no one's thinking about Littlefinger.
Right.
They think he's out in the Vale. I mean, that's true. But it seems like a lot of trouble. He also said he did it because he has new friends, the Tyrells.
And then we went right into Grandma.
Now, her reasons are a little more clear. Why did Olenna want Joffrey dead?
She did not want her granddaughter marrying that animal.
Which, good thinking.
But she still wants her granddaughter to be in power, which is why they're going after the little brother.
Little brother. His name is Tommen Baratheon.
What'd she say, that it'll be easier this time or something?
It'll be easier this time.
Yeah, well, clearly he's very naive.
And a little more pliable, and just less of a dickweed than Joffrey, right?
And a lot more nice, yes.
Far nicer. What's your impression of him? There's that scene where Marjorie kind of sneaks into his bedchamber.
Yeah.
Just getting past the guards somehow. I don't even know how.
I didn't even know what was going to happen there, but they just had a little chat.
It is kind
Cat
of
came up to say hi.
menacing a bit when she could do anything, and the guards really should be on her more. They're not doing their job, clearly.
And she just told him it'll be their little secret and not say anything. And
why is she doing this?
She wants to, I think, seduce him into liking her, into getting married. Because she told him, she's like, we're going to get married, you know that, right? So we might as well just get to know each other.
I think it's not just seducing him, it's also seducing him before Cersei gets a chance to really poison him against her.
That's also a good point.
Because we know Cersei does not like her at all. She's kind of distracted now with her son dying and everything. So now's a good time to get those hooks in.
Ah, I like it.
Is that a moral position?
Getting a head start. No, but no one in the show is moral, so.
No, I suppose not. And and Tommen does seem a little nicer.
Tyrion.
Well, let's talk about Tyrion. He's in a jail cell, of course. He hasn't been executed. That's nice. What can he do about his situation now?
I'm not sure. I think Jaime's the only one that can get him out of this. He seems to be on his side. He's kind of...
Right. Weird map. Oh, King's Landing.
He's listened to him. He knows he didn't kill him. He knows his brother, and he knows what he's saying is true.
He believes it.
But convincing Cersei and his father is going to be a whole nother thing.
Cersei seems very sure of herself. She even asked Jaime to kill Tyrion.
I think she just wants it to be him, whether it is him or not. She just doesn't like him, wants him dead. I think Jaime's his only saving grace here.
He does visit, and he does do Tyrion a solid by getting out his squire, Podrick Payne, who, by the way, do you recall that kid much?
Yeah, well, he was, they wanted him to testify against Tyrion, is that what he said?
Yeah.
And he said, you're best just getting out of town.
I mean, do you remember him from the past seasons? Because he's been around for a while.
He's the one that, we don't know what happened, but...
In those prostitutes?
Please, some ladies.
Right. And he also saved Tyrion during the big battle, a bunch of episodes back.
Okay, yes.
So
good guy.
He's a decent guy. What is Jaime's solution for this Podrick Payne problem?
To stick him with Brienne.
Stick him with Brienne and have him get the hell out of Dodge.
And he's ordered her to go after Sansa.
Right, which you want to do anyway. I mean, you think that's a good solution? Because the whole reason they wanted to find the girls is to bring them back to their mom. Their mom's dead.
Yes.
So what can they do for them now?
Do they want to kill them? He said
Do you think
Arya's
so?
probably already dead, and we were supposed to bring her back to her mother. She's dead, so let's just still do that. Was that implying killing them?
I mean, I think he said get her somewhere safe. Unless you consider heaven to be safety, I don't think he wants her to kill
heaven
Sansa.
Is safe, yes.
You would assume, but I'm not sure. I don't think that's what they mean.
Oh, so because Cersei obviously said she wanted her head or something along those lines.
Cersei wants Sansa.
So
super
Jaime
dead.
is just looking out for her.
Yeah, Jaime.
Okay.
I mean, Jaime's trying to keep the vow he made to their mom, to Catelyn.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
That's also interesting too because
Jaime has had the biggest character turn for me.
he's been through a lot. He is very different, and I'm also right now he's kind of playing a game with. He's technically still with Cersei, but they're in a really weird place. But and we'll talk about that in a second. But he's also, helping out Tyrion, getting the squire out of Dodge. He's telling Brienne to go save Sansa when Cersei wants her head.
Does he like Brienne? Because he kind of seemed really sad when he was sending her away.
What do you think?
And she started to cry.
Did she?
Yeah, she got teary-eyed and her lip quivered.
Oh, what do you think? Do you think there's any
I
any
think
spark
there's something there, but I think he knows that there shouldn't be. I don't know.
I mean, it's the classic old moonlighting thing, where they start off hating each other, and then they grow to like each other, and then they save one from the bear, and then it's all good from there.
They spent so much time together.
Exactly. I mean, I think he's torn, right? He has these loyalties going different ways. He has his sister, who he's been with his entire life, basically. Mm-hmm. His father wants him to be for the family, but Tyrion is his family, so help out him. And he has this connection with Brienne, and he's trying to manage all that.
Putting out fires right and left.
He's kind of like the center. He's like the
glue
stable center right
everyone
now.
together. Who would have thought?
Which you wouldn't have thought of him as that early in the show.
Right.
Let's talk briefly about the scene in the Sept, the rape scene, which is very controversial.
Was it? Okay, good, because it was upsetting.
It was very upsetting. I mean, there's so many ways it's upsetting. Just for one thing,
there's a dead body right there of their son.
Of their son, and they are twin brother and sister, and it is a rape.
Yes.
Now, the controversy when this came out was that in the books, it's not a rape. It kind of starts out forceful, then she gets into it like halfway through, and it's twisted easily, very twisted and weird.
Does it still happen right there by the dead body?
Yes.
Ugh. Ugh.
Which is, it's disturbing as all hell in the books, but it's the difference in the show. It seems more one-sided, which people got very up in arms about.
I can imagine. It was hard to watch.
It was hard to watch. I mean, does this affect things between Jaime and Cersei, or does this change your perception of Jaime? Is that a person who you think could do something like that?
It was obviously, yes, very wrong.
Incredibly wrong.
I don't think that's the time or place to do something like that.
No, I don't think there is a time and place to do something like that.
Cersei's obviously very emotionally distraught, and I think that was a factor. I think she's upset that he was gone for so long.
Oh, yeah. She also, there's a little moment where he, moved his stump to, stroke her hair because he forgot he doesn't have a hand anymore, and she was like, ugh.
Ew. As far as how I feel towards Jaime, I don't think it changes in my opinion of him.
Right.
I mean, because I didn't like him in the first place, and now he's kind of being a little better, but still.
It's definitely a long process with that guy.
And it's hard to like Cersei as well, so.
It's very hard to like Cersei, even though she can be fun sometimes.
That scene was not okay.
That scene was very disturbing. Finally, King's Landing, Tywin. But a quick question about Tywin. Do you think he thinks Tyrion did it? Cersei definitely. Jaime doesn't. How about Tywin?
I don't think Tywin does.
I think you're probably right. I think he's too smart. Like, he knows Tyrion. He knows Tyrion wouldn't do something that dumb in front of everybody.
Right? And I feel like he has a pulse on everything going on and just kind of doesn't always... He says less than he knows.
Right. There are even theories that, I think Tyrion said he might have done it just because, Joffrey's a big handful. He wants a stable king on the throne. And Tommen's a lot more stable. He didn't have a hand in it, but Tyrion thinks he could have. And I don't think he thinks Tyrion did it either, but he does use it to his advantage because he makes this deal with Oberyn Martell.
Right.
Where it's, you'll sit on the small council with me, and I'll help you out with your little revenge problem. What do you think of that deal? What are they getting out of this, the two of them?
I'm not sure. So he wants him to be on the committee for the trial of Tyrion?
He does. He wants to be one of the judges.
What does getting back at his, or getting revenge for him mean?
Revenge for him, I remember in
Who
that
would he have to
giant
go
diagram
after?
last time.
Yes.
Remember, Oberyn is angry, thinks Tywin, back during the Robert's Rebellion, the whole war, King Robert got on the throne, Tywin gave the order to kill his sister and his sister's kids, because they were married to the prince at the time, Dany's brother. It's very confusing.
It is.
The guy who actually did the killing was a dude we've met a couple of times named Gregor Clegane, the Mountain, the guy who chopped the horse's head off back in the day. Remember that guy?
Oh, was that like season 1?
That was season 1, but you still remember it, don't you? I do. I wake up screaming and thinking about it.
That was disgusting.
It was horrible. So Oberyn would prefer revenge on the whole Lannister clan, but he might settle for this guy, for Gregor Clegane, the Mountain. And Tywin's like, well, I don't want you to kill me, but if you, or my family.
I don't want to die today, but I'll give you someone who will.
Yeah, but if you help me out and sit on the small council, sit in the trial, that'll give the illusion that the Seven Kingdoms are one again. Because remember, he's from down here. They're kind of like rebellious folks.
Okay.
And then he'll give him something in return. So he's basically using a horrible family tragedy to work good politics.
Got it.
It wasn't terrible.
Question mark?
Question?
Julie Davies.
Oh, hey, Julie.
It's tough for the Aussie fans when they go to daylight savings. She's going to have to get up at 7 a.m. for the show, but she'll do it. She also wants to know, where's her pen, Dan?
I don't have one. Julie Davies asked where my pen was, and I feel...
He clicked it off the table last time, we never found it.
I feel naked without it. I want something with my hand so badly.
He wants a pointer, he wants to
I do.
click.
I love having just clicking it, just flipping up in the air. I feel weird.
I feel like it falls off the table every week. Another one?
I'll play with this.
Nicole wants to know what happened to Tommen's cat.
Nicole wants to know what happened to Tommen's cat, whose name is Sir Pounce.
Oh yeah, the one that jumped on the bed.
Yeah.
Does it stick around? Do we see more of it?
It doesn't. We don't see it again, and there's a lot of fans who are really upset about that.
Weird.
They want Sir Pounce to come back. They're like, what happened to Sir Pounce? Should Sir Pounce at the Iron Throne? That kind of thing.
Sir Pounce a lot?
Sir Pounce a lot. But we don't. I'm sorry. Speaking of, 10 minutes ago, Arya and the Hound, they have a little run-in with a kindly father and his daughter living in the country.
That soup and bread made me hungry.
It did look pretty good, didn't it?
Yeah.
And the way Arya was slurping it down.
I kind of want to make a stew now.
Stews are fun. You better do it quickly because it's starting to get warmer around here.
I know.
Before long.
Winter is leaving.
Winter is leaving. Summer is coming, but winter is coming in. The show is all very confusing. So the Hound, they stay at this place, and then the Hound during the night just robs them blind.
That was mean.
Leaves. It was mean.
And Arya immediately went into this bit about how their father-daughter, excuse my father, he was in the war,
That was quick of her.
It was.
That was good thinking.
She's a quick one, that Arya.
She didn't think he was going to do that, though. I think she was hoping they might actually benefit from
Become
this.
friends and...
Because his explanation was they're going to be dead by winter, they're weak, I'm taking it, they don't need it. Any justification for that?
No. There's never a
No.
justification to be mean.
Exactly. And they were very, very nice people.
They were very nice.
This is an awful, brutal world, though. And
Every man for himself.
Do you think Arya should absorb that kind of lesson so she can grow and get better and maybe be able to take down someone like him, or just run?
I think it'll definitely wear off on her. I don't think she should run.
Yeah.
I think she's learning survival skills from him.
Right, even if they're a little harsh.
Yes.
Extremely harsh. I hope those people are okay. I doubt they are, though. Real quick, we stop by Dragonstone. See, I hate not having a pen. Davos, Captain Smith's going to rebuild Stannis' army by writing to the Iron Bank of Bravos. Remember when they've mentioned that before?
Yeah.
Do you?
Who said that? Someone at King's Landing.
It was Olenna, the grandma.
Okay, yeah.
It's this big kind of monolithic bank institution. We get into the banking subplots now. I'm looking forward to that a lot, actually. That lends money out all over the place.
Oh, so an actual bank. Okay.
It's an actual bank, yeah. And it'll become important, so let's put a pin in that.
Got it.
Meanwhile, in Marine, Daenerys takes another slave city. She's just tromping all over the globe.
She's building that army.
She is building a very big army and getting a lot of followers. I guess her big thing here is, so she gets to Marine, this area here. She launches the slave collars into it, which is a message to who?
The leader? I don't know. The slaves? That
Slaves.
they can be free?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she wants them to, she doesn't want to like burst down the gate. She wants to like say to them all, just rise up and let me in.
And we'll rise up.
Like, we don't have the rights to that. We can't sing that.
Oh, sorry. Just kidding. Yeah, so then they go and
And it works.
It did.
Totally works.
Sent a few men in to send the message to the slaves, and they took down the leader.
And the slaves rose up and took them all down, took all the leaders down. And then she crucifies 163 of the leaders.
I didn't think she was like that, but I guess she is.
Why did she do that?
What did she say? There shouldn't be any sympathy for the, I don't know.
Well, do you recall that a couple episodes ago, when they were walking to the town, she came across like a child slave crucified pointing the way?
Yeah, she saw a lot of them.
And there were 163 of those, so she's kind of paying an eye for an eye sort of thing.
I get it.
Is the idea behind it.
Okay.
Is it too brutal? I mean,
they were bad people to begin with.
They were slavers, but I mean, like, I don't know if all of them were, doesn't mean they were all horrible people.
That was brutal.
I mean, we're talking about a lady who's locked people in a giant vault, who burned the witch lady alive, who, you know, ordered the Unsullied army to kill all the masters and blew fire in the one guy's face back in that one badass scene.
She's not above revenge.
She's not above revenge at all. Is there a point where it might go too far? Because that's a pretty brutal sight. 100 just hanging there, 160 people crucified, and the slaves seem to like it.
I'm sure they did.
Because they've had it rough.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. Everything she does always seems to be justified somehow. She doesn't ever come across as like mean or wicked, though. That's the weird thing.
I mean, I agree with you. I do think it's a little strange to say she doesn't come across as mean or wicked, because she doesn't. She's framed that way.
But she still does really horrible things.
I mean, yeah, she crucified 163 people.
Is that going to come back?
I mean, the idea that she might be a little crazy will come back.
Okay.
That she might take this kind of revenge thing too far, because she's been doing it for a while.
That's true.
It's kind of the same thing with Arya, where she's like, where's the line between spunky and like serial killer? Because there's a line, and she always seems in danger of crossing it.
I like that. Good point. More questions? Comments?
R.I.P. Sir Pounce.
R.I.P. Sir Pounce. He might have gotten blown up with the Sept of Baelor in season 6.
So
we don't know.
We really never see him again.
We never see Sir Pounce again. I'm sorry, Kayla. I know it was your favorite.
I love cats.
Cats are the best.
It's a shame.
Last stop, go to the north.
Yep.
Where were we? I don't know. We were somewhere here. All the way up to Castle Black, where Jon Snow is hanging out. And Sam decides the best thing for him and Gilly is to take Gilly away from Castle Black and set her up in a town very nearby called Molestown. Why does he do that?
Is that like a whorehouse?
There's definitely some prostitution going on there.
He said that he's worried about her and he thinks she'll be safer there because it's mostly just women and babies.
I mean, it is. I mean, the Castle Black, the Night's Watch is all men.
Yes.
And remember, a lot of them are criminals who are offered, like, you can be executed, you can go join the Night's Watch. Mm-hmm. So he's afraid for her there.
Okay.
So do you think it's a good idea? Because she doesn't seem to like it. She doesn't want to be separated
She doesn't want to leave him. I hope it's going to be okay,
it's not that
but
far.
being separated from him, I'd rather have them together.
Right. But I do think I can see his thinking.
Yes. I think his intentions are good. He's trying to do the right thing.
But there's trouble brewing up north, Kayla. There's
There is.
big trouble.
There
I'll be
is.
interrupted.
I don't know. I think we're good.
Okay. We're fine. Anyway, yes, there's trouble. Ygritte, the wildlings, heading towards Castle Black, killing beautiful little hamlets.
This was sad. They just attacked a village.
They did. Does that change your opinion
They
of
let-
Ygritte and company?
They're ruthless. Yes, they don't care.
They don't care. I mean, if it came down between Jon and Ygritte, like
They're
Jon
wild
versus
people.
Ygritte, who would you want to win, and who would you put your money on?
John and John.
Jon and Jon. Okay, so comes to Jon and Ygritte. Kayla is in the Jon camp.
I am. Hashtag Team John.
Team Jon.
Team
We'll see
Snow.
that soon enough. As for Jon Snow himself, he is going to be headed north of the Wall to Craster's Keep. Remember what happened there last time we visited?
They're weird people, right? They're kind of.
I mean, that's the guy. That's who Gilly's father was before he died. Oh. It's the guy who married all his own daughters and then had more daughters.
Yes, it's gross.
And then gave his boys to the White Walkers. He's dead because the Night's Watch was there and they mutinied
But it's
and killed
not
him.
gotten any better.
It hasn't, but who's there now? It's because he's dead.
I don't know his name, but he had way too good-looking teeth to be in this time period.
Everyone in this show has way too good-looking teeth. Every single person. Medieval times. Ugh, you don't want to think about it. I mean, he's not. He's just some character, but
Oh, is he around long or?
yeah, he'll be around for a little bit.
Okay.
His name's Carl Tanner. He's not that important, but the point
Okay.
is, it's the Night's Watch mutineers. They mutinied there and they never left.
Okay,
They just hung out there with all the daughters.
got it.
And now John's going up there
Mm-hmm.
because why?
I'm not sure. Okay, so he was trying to help train,
Right.
help new guys, and then they're like, nope, nothing's changed since the last time you're here. You're going back to your other job. He is leaving
Ex-Night's Watch people. They
to
know
bring
it-
them back.
No, I mean
Oh.
they killed the back
Okay.
as prisoners maybe, but a giant wildling army coming south to Castle Black, and he told these lies to the White. They only have like 100,
Oops.
and try to not try to hurt it. But if they
Okay.
knew how weak they really are, they'll come.
When you did say
RONN.
Brandon.
It's even beyond the damn map. It's like up here.
Like that creepy.
I liked it.
Creepiness.
I thought it was good and eerie,
It was.
and ambiguous though. Because it's like it shows that they have some kind of. I mean, there are like others in the background, right? So
Their army.
the White Walkers must have.
Very discussing at the beginning. I know about kill the leader. What was she talking about?
Kill the masters.
Kill the
That's what they
masters.
call the slavers. The people who own the slaves
Oh.
are the masters. The great masters, the wise.
Oh.
It's going to be hard because remember his ailment?
Oh yes.
He has no equipment.
Right. None of them do, right?
None of them do.
Okay.
They're all eunuch soldiers.
So maybe she should read.
Maybe. But then again, I mean, you can't. Love doesn't wait for things like logic or genitalia or things like that. Love just happens. So it might just have to roll with it, but we'll see.
We'll see.
All right. Anything else, Kayla?
I think that